everyone, or good evening, or good whatever it is in your part of the world when you're watching this. Thanks for joining us for this week's homework video. Should be a nice, easy one this week. Thank you to the beautiful guests we've got today. No secret one, but we've got Carla from Craft Addict K.
Hi, everybody.
And the lovely Jamie's back again.
Hi, guys.
And of course, I'm Lisa from Shady Tree Stitchest. And I apologise, you've got quite a few reflections in my glasses today. See if I can get them to...
Me too.
I know. Well, that way you get some light on my face. All right, so today we've only got a few things that are happening this week because it's the end of the month, so everything's winding down. A couple of the groups don't have anything particularly happening, or we're not aware of it. So we're going to talk about the groups that we're in today. First of all, the Daily 30 group, which has had a change of management, I believe, as of a few minutes ago.
Yep, Cheryl just posted a few minutes ago that she is gonna relinquish to the admins, and they're gonna take the control of the group, and she's gonna step aside. So we're sorry to see that happen, but I'm sure that Cheryl's probably got lots of camping in mind with her husband and their camper. So
yeah,
certainly can understand life.
But the group is continuing, and so as far as we know at the moment, it's still closed. But who knows what's going to happen going forward? We'll keep you informed as we can. All right, what do we got this week?
All right, this week in Daily 30, and I'm reading off my phone, that's why I'm looking down, so I apologize, but we have the Spark Week. And Sparks Week is going on. We have 200 or 300 stitches per challenge. There is a total of 6 challenges if you're including the 5 days of stitching for 30 minutes on project of your choice. So the first challenge is the origin of sparks is related to travel, railroad switching yard, stitch on a whip related to travel or that has an item that can be used to travel.
All right, you're first, Jamie.
All right, I'm trying to find the picture.
Yeah, me too.
Disappeared. But I will be stitching on Adventure Awaits by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And that's the bad part about having 96 whips in your album, is that you can't ever find anything.
Oh, but by the end of the year, you won't have 96 anymore.
No, I already have 8 finishes.
Wow.
But anyways, it's got an airplane and it's got all the continents. Oh, there we go. I just liked my own photo. Oh, and so there's an airplane, so a way to travel, and
I totally have done no work towards this one. I'm actually still stitching. I've just finished 2 weeks ago, so I'm way behind this week. I've got my pieces picked for last week. Now, I know it's still Mania, but I think I've finished all my Mania pieces. Let me just double check that first, see if any of them fit. Yeah, so I've worked on all my Mania pieces. So I guess I could revisit another Mania piece that has something of travel, maybe. That would probably be the best thing to do this week. And that would be my Anzac, because it has boats in it. And that's definitely a way to travel. Although I would rather travel like the rabbit on the back of the sheep's back. I think that would be riding the sheep's back. It's a good way to travel. So how many stitches was it again? Sorry.
It's 200 or 300. 300 stitches, you get 4 tokens.
Okay. What about you?
And I just finished actually this one today, and I used my my quick stitch Phantom of the Opera because they're in a boat.
Yeah.
So I use that boat as my travel piece.
That's lovely.
Okay. All right. Set number 2. Sparks is the 9th most populous city in Nevada. Stitch on your 9th largest active whip.
Ooh. All right, Jamie.
Yeah. Well, my 9th, I had to figure this out.
Out of your 80 some, 90 some.
Yeah. My 9th largest whip is the Coffee Sloth by Hade. So that's what I'll be working on.
Okay. Lucky you've got that worked out. You guys are going to have to work mine out with me. So I'll work out which one's ninth, but let's count them off at the moment. So any Haid, obviously, 1 there, 2. My big red ship of life would be 3. Another Haid, 4, and the castle would be 5. Another Haid would be 6. Sulphur Hollow would be 7. Possibly the Archesy House. Let's see what we got. Any other Haids? I know there's another Haid, 8.
Your dimensions is a full coverage.
9. Yeah, no, it's size though. So then we get, yeah, so I've got 10. All right, so I've got to find the smallest one out of those ones. Well, it's not a Stitch in Time. So it's going to be the smallest one out of, it's probably actually Angel, Lion and Lamb. Having a look at that. Yeah, I would say this one's my smallest. My ninth largest.
Different times I've had that on my list.
It's beautiful. So I guess it's Angel, Lion and Lamb for me. Thanks for working that out with me.
All right, let's see. I did this one, and I'll be honest, I have so many full coverage whips that, you know, I just kind of a shot in the dark. I know some people got very, very technical and calculated every stitch, and I went shot in the dark, 25 full coverages on the go. I'm sure this one is somewhere in there.
Somewhere around
Somewhere around there. And I stitched, let me pull this up, Walk Through the Highlands, and by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I used her for a lot of challenges this week because I was trying to survive the wolf attack, and we'll talk about that later, but
Okay.
I used her for a lot of my challenges as I was stitching this week. So, and the only reason I point that out is because not everybody has 25 whips or 50 or 100. Some people do only have 1 or 2 that they're working on. They can still do these challenge groups with their 1. They just got to be creative.
Yeah, you be creative or do the penalty. And on that, with this prompt, your 9th largest whip. Well, obviously, if you don't have 9, I'd work on your smallest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to go through your whip out of the.
And it says if you can do alternate stitches, if you don't have a piece that fits the prompt, you can choose to stitch on an additional 100 stitches.
So there you go.
So,
do 300 stitches anyway and call it alternate. Yes.
Yep. There you go. All right. So the third challenge, sporting goods retailer Shields started putting Ferris wheels inside their stores in 2004. The Sparks, Nevada Ferris wheel is 65 feet high. Did I mention it was inside the store? And offers rides for $1 per person. Stitch on a whip that has a Ferris wheel shaped item in the design.
So that's basically something circle.
Something circle. Yeah, we were
circle.
talking about it the other night. So I chose something that has wheels. So I'm going to do Long May She Wave by Stitching with the Housewives. But there's 2 wheels.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, since you've just given me that idea, I was actually thinking of using my free pass for this one, but and I still might. You never know where I'm going to get those, whether I'm going to use those free passes. But my World Postage Stamps has that big bike with the wheels, so I'm gonna hobtail straight on you. I originally saw it because of this stamp up here, and I went, oh, that's circular, and then I thought, oh, I wonder if the London Eye is in London. And then
What about your bike wheels?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then I saw the bike wheels, and I went, oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
Postage stamps, it would be.
All right, let me see what I can find on mine because, well, you know, there's all kinds of stuff. Well, there's a ball. I could use the ball on Rise of the Witches. The moon on the Trick or Treat. There's a round shape here on Stargazer on my tent if I decide to put stitches in that. So I think I have some. Definitely have some I could use.
Absolutely.
About the O. There's the O on home. That's a round shape.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. Did I stop sharing? Is it still sharing? Let me see.
It's still sharing
There we go.
your messages about defenses.
All right. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Hey, we're under attack. Okay.
Oh, no, we'll get to that. Okay.
Sparks has many hiking trails to enjoy during 252 days of sunshine. Stitch on a whip that you can relate to hiking.
So I'm gonna do Mickey and Friends by Sienna on Etsy because they're hiking in the jungle.
Yeah, they are. That's cute.
Hiking. I mean, I've got one instantly that comes to mind. I just don't know if I want to work on it. I'm seeing if I have anything else that I could hike to. I don't like my chances.
If you have anything that has mountains,
Yeah,
or...
I've got something, but yeah, here we are. I guess my mountain cabin, I would be hiking around there. I just
absolutely.
It just wasn't on my list of things to be looking at this week. But there you go. My mountain cabin would definitely fit the bill. Yeah, anything with hiking, even just a bunch of trees. You could probably, you know how you've got those Christmassy ones with lots of pine trees. You could probably swing that. Again, we have no jurisdiction.
My friend just is finished, either just finished that or is getting close to finish on that. She's stitching it for a friend, and boy, is it pretty.
Oh,
it looks nice.
You need to get a photo. Show me.
I will ask her next time I see her. I'll ask her to shoot me a photo. I think I'm going to do Happy Camper.
Yes, yes.
I like it. Jeffrey Severn is a wonderful artist, and he really does have some quirky little woodsy animals on Heaven and Earth Design, and I like that.
That's cute.
All right, there we go. All right, so my phone went black on me here. Okay. Fifth one, the Sparks Marina is a favorite among local residents. Stitch on a whip containing water. Bonus of 5 tokens if your whip contains a pond or a lake.
Oh.
I'm gonna do Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. There's a few water sources.
Yep.
And I can say that one with the boat is a lake.
Yep.
Well, I have options. Now, it really depends on what I feel like. But just to show people the options, I feel like Once Upon a Fairy Tale has water. And I don't know if that's the ocean or a lake. It's a bit hard to tell. And obviously my Anzac has an ocean. So that would be fine for the water, and I could get some more done on that. I could do my Big Redder Ship of Life because it's got water in it. And again, I don't know if they're an ocean or a lake faring vessel. My 12 Days of Christmas has the swans are swimming, and they'd be swimming in a lake for sure, or a pond.
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of
They wouldn't be in an ocean, but of course,
a lake with your cabin too.
I was going to say, I could just do extra stitches on this, which is what I may do, because then once I've got it out and I'm in a roll, so definitely my cabin would be an option. But then I've also got my Hawk Run Hollow has a lake next to the mill, and I have not touched that yet this year. So
that's one of the things I'm thinking about too, is touching some of the ones I haven't touched yet.
Well, that's
the second half of the year, and really focusing in on some that haven't seen me yet.
My plan for June is to do that. My plan for June is to touch all the ones I haven't touched.
I'm looking really quickly. I'm scanning down through to find myself a lake. I see oceans and ocean. I hear phones ringing. That's not a lake, that's a toilet.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. And here might be one. Let me, where did you guys go? Sorry. Let me share. I have 2 possibilities. I'm kind of looking at this, and it looks like there's a lake back here in the back.
That looks like a lake to me. Yeah.
So this is an Ann Stokes one, and she hasn't been touched yet this year, so she might need to get some attention. Of course, there's always Alligator Girl, who's got a pond or a lake.
Yeah.
She's fun to stitch. Yep. Some swamp water.
The swamp, isn't it?
So there you go.
Well, lots of lake choices for us. We get the bonuses. Woohoo.
Yeah, and then the last one is just the non-counting challenge. So
Okay. Well, that's
5 out of 7 days. So stitch for 30 minutes.
yeah, that's good. I managed to do that this week. That was something I did achieve. So that was good. All right, so that's daily 30. Now, what was I saying we were going to next? We were talking about
Well, we can talk about Scrabble.
yeah, Scrabble. That's where we're going.
Okay,
Scrabble.
so I
Scrabble.
haven't graded Scrabble yet, but we did great. It was fun for Mania. I'm excited about June because I think all 3 of us in this room have birthdays in June. So we're going to do something really special in Scrabble next month when it gets here. Still working it out in my head. So don't fret if you haven't been graded yet. It's because the wolves had attacked us. And now the aliens are attacking us. And so I will get the grading done this week, I promise.
Cool. Yes, we are getting attacked in a group that we joined not long ago called Survival of the Stitchest. And it's a really fun group where it's a survival game. And you're in a tribe of up to 15 people, and there are some spaces in some of the tribes, or you can form your own, which is what we did. And we basically have to stitch every day for our food and our water and our daily supplies. But then this week we had a bit of a curveball, which I'll let you guys talk about because I was so busy. I was not involved, really.
Well, the curve was something was in watching us, and we could either hunker down in our settlement, or we could go investigate and hunt and see what it was. And our group voted to go and hunt it out. So we found a pack of wolves. And so then we had to stitch to kill the wolves. And we did. Did good too, didn't we, Jamie? Our team did fantastic. We killed the last of the wolves. We had there was 15 wolves because there's 15 in our settlement. So, and then we thought we were good, and then the aliens came out of the
And what happened when the aliens came out, Jamie? What did they do?
We have to stitch 1,500 stitches per team member in our tribe by
But it's
Tuesday.
cumulative. You don't have to stitch it yourself. Like I could do 1,000 or something, but yeah.
Yeah.
But what did they do? They did something funny when they attacked us.
I don't remember reading that.
Oh,
Oh,
the hut.
the hut.
Oh, yes. They blew up a member of our team's hut.
Yeah, so we have 3 huts. There's 15 of us in our team, and we have one member who insisted on having their own hut. So she had her own hut, and there was another member who had just built a hut. So she'd just moved into her new hut, but she was going to make room for some of the rest of us. And of course, the aliens came down and they blew up the hut of the first lady. So she's now buried in the rubble in her hut.
By herself.
By herself. We're not there to save her at the moment. No, she's just called out for help. So I think we've gone over to dig her out. Yeah. So it's funny.
The survival of the Stitchest is not a competition.
No.
It is. So to be clear, we're not competing. We're not attacking other settlements. It's just our survival of our settlement, working together as a team and hitting the challenges as they come.
Yeah. And it's lots of fun, and we're having a great time. So yeah, it's cool. So anyway, if you're interested, I imagine they've still got room for a few more people. When you join, you go and sit somewhere in the
saloon or
something. Club or something.
And you can sit there and just stitch a few things for the bed for the night, and you can go and say, hey, I want to join a group, or you can just jump in and check out what's going on. You might say, oh, I might just wait I might just hunker down in the pub till the alien attack's over. Might be a smart move. But anyway, and the other fun group that we've been involved in is Dynasty of Dragons, which we've been in for a little while. So we have just finished up our little quest. Do you happen to have on hand, Jamie? We're going on a wedding this week, aren't we? Or is that next week?
I believe it starts June 1st. The round isn't over yet. Like my dynasty, we just encountered a teenage dragon, and we're trying to help him cook some dinner because his mom is out doing something. But I believe the wedding starts on June 1st.
Right. Well, we'll talk about that for next week. When is June 1st? Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, June 1st to the 7th.
It's going to be a big, well, there'll be a monthly and a weekly next week, and they'll both be on the same day again. Geez, I love it when that happens. Not. Anyway, that's all good. Yeah, so it's fun. Well, my dynasty has, we've reached our quest, so we're just restockpiling stuff. We did get hit with damage from a big dragon, and so we all had to stitch for that, and it was random, and we got 10,000 hit. So it was big.
We got 8,000. Yeah.
And Carla has the other role
I'm
as
the
a rogue.
rogue.
Yeah. So what do you do, Carla?
I just stitch. I stitch, and every time I hit, whenever I'm done stitching for the night, or 500 stitches, whichever comes first, then I request an item based on the number of stitches I've done, and then I go along and I say, here's a gift from a rogue, and I sprinkle it on this dynasty and that dynasty, and I just spread the love.
It's great. And she just gave me another machete. So we have a plan for that machete. You wait till our story. The really cool thing about the Dynasty of Dragons is that it's a storytelling game. It's really cool. You sort of tell your own story and go on an adventure. So it's cool. All right. And then that brings us to our other weekly one, which is, so there's nothing happening in Crystal Academy this week. I think the finals are just getting graded. So should be back next week with that. So we've got Supernatural. And again, this is where we want to try and double dip what we can, as many hundreds as you stitch on any item. And there's lots of prompts. And we're in season 4, episode 14, Sex and Violence. All right. So first of all, professionally dressed humans or a husband and wife?
I know this one.
Professionally dressed humans or a husband and wife?
Well, what is first coming to mind that I think of that has at least 2 people on it is Pandemic, because I know there's 2 little, double dipping. Mickey and Minnie are husband and wife.
There you go.
In my world, anyways.
In your world,
That
yes.
works.
Fair enough.
I've got one, Twilight, because they're husband and wife.
Oh,
Aw, I love that one.
I don't know about the immaculately dressed, but they are husband and wife.
yeah. All right. So for me, it's not on my radar to stitch this week, but you never know. Need some quick stitches for something. Grandfather's barn, because you can't tell me that that's not like grandma and grandpa standing there, husband and wife, or it might be dad standing there and the wife over there. So I'm sure there's a husband and wife in grandfather's barn. Yeah. All right, next one. Stitch on you can't use the same one. Stitch on a project that shows some form of love.
Well, I love coffee, so I'm gonna double dip and love me some coffee.
And you love that guy.
I do. He's so cute.
Carla can't do her husband and wife, which is what
I
she
can't do my husband and wife, but
you love camping.
Because it has a heart. It's where the love is.
Yeah, that's good. I should just clarify. You can do whatever you like in this one. I just don't see any point personally in doubling it, because you get the same number of bullets for however many stitches you do. So there's not any benefit other than you ticking off you've done 2 prompts. To doing it, you may as well do 500 stitches on one instead of 200 and 300 on, like, that's just my opinion. But you can do it whichever way you like. It's really not fussy. All right, for me, I will double dip this one. I think there is definitely love in the angel, lion, lamb, particularly the love from God. So there we go.
Very
okay.
Nice.
The next one is, okay, stitch on a project with a scantily clad female.
Oh, I don't have any pretty ladies, so I don't think I have anybody that has like skin showing. Oh no, but she's not scantily clad. She just has a bustier on.
A bustier. Well, there you go. That's scandalous.
Well,
Could be.
and again, you don't have to do every prompt.
Right.
What do you got, Carla? Any scantily clad lady?
You know what? This one is a restart for me, and I haven't restarted it yet, but it's calling me. It's Lyra.
Yeah, mermaids is a good one to come to mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably stop share that.
Thank you. Then I can find mine.
Sorry.
That's all right. A scantily clad female. Oh, I struggle with scantily clad too. It's not really part of my repertoire. I think probably Caprice, because you can see her back and she's got a short skirt on. That's about as scanty as I get.
Yeah.
So I could do Caprice, I think.
She's going to be pretty on that fabric.
I know. Can't wait till she's done. I need to do more work on her. I've been slack. All right. The next one is stitch on a project with a Greek or classical connection or reference, or include the book. They said a hard one and then they go something easy.
Yeah. I'm thinking, trying to make it bigger, because We Are Human has the Egyptians. Oh,
Yeah.
but they do have a Greek.
It's Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the Colosseum, I think.
Yeah, they have a Greek goddess up at the top.
Yeah.
Oh.
But definitely that would be one for me.
You said goddess. Now I'm kind of thinking.
She did say
Let's
goddess.
see. How about this one? I was going to go with Phantom of the Opera, but she looks like a goddess, doesn't she?
Well, she's Egyptian.
Well, it'll work, right?
Yeah. Well, I think I don't have much idea for this one either. So probably I had one idea. I'm actually thinking possibly, as you say, the goddess. The one on the right to me looks like she's in a Greek goddess pose.
Oh yeah, they could be like Grecian, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think I'd probably do that one for the Greek goddess. But again, it's not on my list to do this week. So I may not be getting many of them. That includes a book. I mean, any of my bookshelf. So I think I've got in a book covered really well. All right. Stitch on your whip with the messiest back. So we don't necessarily have to show that, but the whip that has your messiest back should be easy to find. You want to show it? Look, we're getting one.
So this is Disneyland map,
Oh, that's pretty good.
and it's pretty freaking messy.
You're loving all these challenges because it's all block colors.
Well, we're throwing backs out there.
Come on, throw it out.
Throw it out there. That's my back. Let's see, turn on
Look,
this
your
light.
back looks like your front.
It does.
No, that's my front. See, at the front. Here, down here's the mess.
There we
It's pretty good for a Haid, but yes, good job.
Yeah, it's hard to show that stuff.
I would show mine, but they're not in this room. Sorry. All right. The next one is stitch on a project that has numbers in the design.
Well,
I was
numbers.
struggling with this for daily 30 for the one challenge, because I don't think I have anything. I mean, I have stuff that I can put numbers into. Like if you have any of the modern folk embroideries or any of the Quakers, you can put numbers into them.
Oh, think about like if you have something that has a date on it, that's a number.
Yeah.
Well, let me just quickly show mine because that's what mine is. I'm actually working on this Blackbird Evergreen Lane and it's designed to have the date on it because it's a wedding sampler. So that's what I would work on for it. You got anything, Carla?
I have my Blackbird design, and this stocking down here has the last of the alphabet and the year on it.
Lovely.
And
ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next one we've got is stitch on a project with a music theme.
Oh, well, that would be my Phantom of the Opera.
It would be. I'll let you say that because we're not being too
Okay,
fussy.
I could show you, but
No,
I
we've
already
not
showed
seen it. We've seen the back of it. It's all good.
Yeah, and I don't think I have anything that has anything with music.
Okay, well I do. I actually am working on first base this week for something. So first base is the bass clef, and that's definitely a music theme. So that's a good thing. All right. Oh, we don't need to talk about this, but stitch on a project with a title, a design company, or a designer with a first or last name, in other words, anything, from Supernatural STD. So SUPERNATURAL and then other T and
I'm
D.
sorry, I'm laughing, and you know why I'm laughing. I know Jamie knows why I'm laughing.
I'm sure you
We're
do.
two nurses, and you just said STD. That's, I mean, that was when my brain shut off.
Well,
It's
the
late.
name of this episode seems to air this way. This does not seem like an episode you'd want the kiddies to watch. I'm just telling you.
Right.
I'm reading about the episode. I mean, I think that Luke does a fantastic job of getting the different prompts from the TV show. I love the ones that do things like this. All right, the next one. Stitch on a project that includes a method of communication.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Method of communication.
Would a railway be a method of communication? Because it would carry
Well, I think
letters.
if you could spin the story, it would be fine.
Yeah.
I have no authority over anything other than no new starts, and even then, I don't have authority over all of them. Like Scrabble,
Right.
totally Carla. I'm just the person from the what is it? The gambling office that sits there to make sure it's done properly.
That's right.
Engineer. I'm just an engineer. Okay, you got anything, Carla?
I'm going to go out on a limb with my, my
Yeah.
harbor by the bay,
Mhm.
because there's lighthouse, and a lighthouse communicates with the ship.
Oh, yes.
I would pay that. I would definitely pay that. Well, I'm actually going outside the square too, and I'm not stitching on this week, but lest we forget, from Paddock Lane's design has the bugler, and the bugler calls Ravelli and Rouse and when it's dinner time and everything to the troops. So that's what I would do for my form of communication.
Yep.
All right, this one's pretty easy. Stitch on a project that includes flowers.
Well, the one you just showed would have included flowers.
No, but I'm trying to get ones that I'm already stitching on.
Right.
I know my mountain cabin. I could double dip my mountain cabin for that one. There'd definitely be flowers in there.
Yeah, and my Mickey and Friends, there's foliage and flowers and
All right, I have one. I'm going to share a screen here. Teresa Kogut's Newcastle Bouquet, and I have not stitched on that yet this year, so that would be a good one to pull that one out for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Knock over another goal at the same time. I mean, that's what all these
Mhm.
prompts are for. All right, stitch on a project that has an item you can drink out of.
I would work on my coffee sloth because got a coffee cup,
Oh, coffee.
right?
Here, I got one for you. You want to talk coffee? Let me share this. This is thanks to Jessie Marie. I don't think she's finished hers yet, but I saw her one of her earlier videos and went right away to Heaven and Earth and purchased it. So
That is cute.
That's cute.
and I keep trying to close it and not stop
Yeah.
sharing my X moves.
That's okay. Well, I'm not sure. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to. Probably, again, it's not one I'm working on this week. Now, I think you'd have to be pretty pretty desperate to drink out of it. Whoops, it went away. Don't go away. No, not that one. I'm failing miserably. Where'd it go? There. Okay, I was trying to get to the plus sign. Oh, now it's shrunky. You guys keep getting where I want to go. Okay, so it's got milk, and they've got milk pails. And I think there's milk bottles in the
Oh,
milk
yeah.
pails. So I would say I could work on that for the milk pails.
Yep.
All right. Next one is a project that has a sharp object.
We just had one. It's one of the Barbara Anna's with the keys,
Mhm.
but it's a pair of scissors.
Yep. Well, while you're looking for it, what do you got, Carla?
I just found one, and I've been stitching on this weekend and really having fun with it. And it is Sunday Delight by Randall Spangler. And there's a knife and there's a fork, and those
Yep.
are both sharp.
They are both sharp. I would pay them.
This one I haven't touched yet, so I could pull this one out. It's needlework.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Fortnite.
Jinx. That's what I'm doing because it's one I got to work on this week anyway for last week's homework. So, and it's one of my manias, my last remaining manias. So yeah, definitely that one. All right. Well, since you found it for me, no worries. Last one. All right. Stitch on a project that represents reassurance or for which you do have good intentions, like finishing this year or gifting to someone.
Hmm.
Huh.
That's easy for me.
As
good
we're both
intentions.
going.
Well, this one I will finish. It's one of my whip goes, but it's on my finish for this month. So
Okay, you get that one done.
Nice. I have one I hope to finish, but I got to touch them this year to get them finished. And that would be Madam Ice's Christmas ornaments, because I started these with the intentions of making one for each of my staff, and I've not gotten very far on them. So
They're so cute. So cute. All right. So for me, I can double dip, and this is a good one because this is a zombie run piece that I need to do a few more stitches on. And it's my stitch in time because I intend to finish all the black this year.
yes.
So there we go. All right. And that's it. So have a great week stitching, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the chat, ladies. It's lots of fun. And we now need to get off and get some stitching done because we've got some aliens to get rid of.
yes, we do.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.